fan favorite every week, giving you guys the hard-hitting relationship advice that you ask for and that you deserve. So we're going to get into relationship advice. And this week's question is, how do you ask your girlfriend to marry you?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Right?
That's a good question.
You've been with each other. Mm-hmm. It's time to take that next step. One thing I want to say real quick before we get into the nitty-gritty of it is I think something that's really important. There's something that you have to do before that. You have to ask your potential future father-in-law for your wife's hand in marriage.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So I got a quick little story about that. Give you guys some background into how I did it. If you want to base it, if you're not married and you want to base it on this, steal from it. Take the advice, run with it. I went over there. I pounded on the door. He opened it up. I said, hey, listen here, Chief. I'm here to take your daughter's hand in marriage and give her my seed. We're doing this thing whether you like it or not. So obviously, in my view, you don't so much ask, you demand for their hand in marriage. You take what's yours. And then you have to fight them.
Oh, nice.
Right? So obviously my words didn't come off as the kindest. We got into a fist fight right then and there. My father-in-law, he's a big dude. Had some army training I wasn't aware of. It was a dirty fight, knockdown, drag out fight. He ended up breaking my arm. I was getting my ass kicked. I'm not gonna lie. Getting my ass kicked. He has me on the ground. I got my arm broken. He has me in a chokehold. I ended up having to grab his dentures. So I bit him with his own false teeth. That was the only way to get him off me. Bit him with his own false teeth. We end up standing up. I get my stone cold stunner. He's
Classic.
on the ground. I go to pin him. My mother-in-law comes sliding across the floor like a referee. Gives me the 3 count. 1, 2, 3. I arose a married man.
That is awesome.
That's how it went down.
Great. I believe it 100%. Mm-hmm. Now I got a question for you.
Yeah.
Now, do all fights have to go down that way? Like, do you have to be like, I'm here at the door. It's time to fight for this marriage? Or could you do it like Hamilton style? Could you challenge them to a duel?
Ooh, I like that even better. Well, isn't that kind of the same way, like you're approaching them with the fight? Mm-hmm. Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm saying like, do you have to do it right there? Like you did. You came in there, you're like, hey, I'm going to marry, fight time. Uh-huh. Or could you walk up to her and be like, I'm going to marry your daughter, pistols at 12.
And then slap him?
Yeah.
Yep. You know what? JP's right on this one. You can totally do that. There's nothing in the book that says you can't do that. Like set a nice time and date, a nice place, maybe somewhere sunny where you guys can have this duel with your father-in-law.
I took the coward way out. I wish I would have done your way.
What did you do?
I walked up to him and I was like, hey, so even though I've been getting this milk for free, it's time to buy the cow. And I said, I'll send you some cheese. He didn't know what was going on. I took that as, yeah, all right.
So you confused him.
I confused him.
You used your verbal trickery in order to get your wife's hand in marriage. And that's the way it should be. Either way, you got to do it through physical violence or through trickery. Get it done, you know? And if you want to like sneak attack them like a ninja, if that's the only way you can get it done, then by all means do it that way.
Yeah, hide in the bathroom in the dark. And when he comes walking down the hallway, just bow, one-hitter quitter to the chin.
Just get them. So going back to our original question, how do you ask for your girlfriend's hand in marriage? My advice is it doesn't matter. They don't care.
Oh, yeah.
There doesn't have to be anything special. Mm-hmm. You know, you could just be like sitting at Burger King, be like, hey, you want to get married?
That's a good one.
That's good, right? It's pretty easy.
Or you just tell them, kind of like the duel, marriage, January 29th at 30.
Just set the date.
Yeah.
Now, don't even ask for a response. It shouldn't be a yes or no question.
This is how it's going down, woman.
Take what's yours. Or like the old like caveman days, like just club them in the head and then drag him by the hair.
Or, you know, be even better for that is you just wait for somebody else to club them, and when they're dragging by the hair, you go take it. Opportunist, you're the T-Rex of marriage.
And swooping on other people's girlfriends. We married now. I think that's the right way to do it. It's, you know, it doesn't have to be anything special. You see these guys and they do these elaborate proposals, you know what I mean? Baseball games, have a fucking plane fly over. Who has the money for that shit? right?
Yeah.
Who has the time for that? That's not the way you do it. You want to get married, you do it right then and there.
You want to use your manliness.
Get the ball rolling.
The most beautiful one I ever seen was right between the right when Jean-Claude Van Damme exposed his cheeks watching Bloodsport. Someone proposed.
Right then?
Brought a tear to my eye.
That it was gorgeous. And the most special marriage bond that somebody can have is including Jean-Claude Van Damme in their marriage vows.
The only way you can make it better is you watch Arnold Schwarzenegger movie right after.
Right after. Oh man. Or you know what? While during the lovemaking, the post-proposal lovemaking,
Yeah.
you have an Arnold Schwarzenegger movie on in the background. Man, that kid is gonna come out jacked. I think we've given you guys some really good advice to think about. Again, with your feedback, we appreciate anything. If you guys got, if you like the relationship advice, if you've used it, if these tactics have worked for you to secure your life mate, we want to hear it. We love to hear all that stuff.